I want to take this opportunity to thank the Almighty God for the gift of life, gift of wisdom, gift of energy in this assignment that we are undertaking of the development of the game of football in Uganda. But to be more specific, is about the ongoing campaign of 2025 AFCON Morocco, that we have played 2 matches already as we speak. We have 4 matches to go. But I take this opportunity that after this first section of the qualification campaign, I want to thank the government of the Republic of Uganda. One, from the point that we were hosting our matches away from home. It is very, very difficult to host matches away from home, and you disconnect with the fans. You lose the 12th player. So the government to give us Mandela National Stadium back for use, you could see that the players understand the corners and everything they are at. Particularly, His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, who has been very supportive of sports, particularly football. And our senior minister, Mama Janet Katam Museveni, who is our supervising minister, always guiding us. And of course, our Minister of State for Sports, Honorable Gwang, the entire National Council of Sports, Uganda Olympic Committee, and the entire government apparatus. To be more specific, the Minister of Finance that eventually releases the funds to us for use, but also the Parliament of Uganda, headed by the Right Honorable Speaker Anita Among, for providing us with the resources as sport, because this has not been the same before. For us to be taking this direction we are taking, I'm extremely excited that we've made government to understand their role and to support, and we can only ask for more. It is another opportunity for us that we are back to Mandela National Stadium to thank the fans, the supporters of the Uganda Cranes, those who have come to the stadium to support. Thank you so much. For whatever causes of inconveniences that we go through, it becomes a feedback for us to only make the next event better. We will improve, we will continue trying to improve. But thank you so much for supporting the players, for supporting the team, for coming through always. The Ugandans who supported us in South Africa, big up guys. We were having more fans in Orlando than the South African national team itself. So the result that we got had everything to do with the South African Ugandan community living therein, collecting themselves, mobilizing themselves, and showing us love. I can only say thank you so much for loving your country, thank you so much for loving football, and you are part of this journey. But all Ugandans and non-Ugandans who support Ugandan national team, the Cranes, in the diaspora, those who watched on TV, and also those who were following from their phones and from wherever, we only thank you so much that without you, we wouldn't have this team. I also want to take this opportunity and a singular honor to thank our official sponsors of the Uganda Cranes, and that's MTN, that you were back to what you know doing best, being the #1 supporter of football in this country, the official sponsors of the Uganda Cranes. Please, you're back home, and we need to qualify and go to the Africa Cup of Nations with you. I'm very sure that it was going to be a totally different experience. So we thank you so much. Nile Breweries, Nirvana, Bidco, thank you so much for moving with us, working with us. I want also to take this opportunity to thank the media, the Fourth Estate, those that have promoted the different players right from wherever the players are. The media, thank you so much. Those that promoted the event, those that criticize us to make us actually work better, thank you so much. You're really part of this result. You're really part of this effort to try and change whatever we are trying to do. The staff at FUFA, who are normally not thanked, but thank you so much. We ask people to get out of their job descriptions. You could be a lawyer at FUFA, and the next thing you're supposed to be working in the VIP section. You could be a reference manager, and the next thing you are the gate managing people. So thank you so much, the FUFA staff, the FUFA delegates, the FUFA officials, as the entire football family. This brings me to thank the clubs, the Uganda Premier League clubs, or all clubs in Uganda, because this is where we pick the players from. The organizers of the Uganda Premier League, that is the EPL board and staff. you know. So it's very important for us to thank them. We appreciate what you're doing. We have now many players that are coming from the local league, that are actually from the Ugandan league, that are actually contributing. When we see Omedi, when we see Alan Okero, when we see Jude Ssemugabi, when we see the very many different players that are making a contribution and are coming from the clubs, it is all about your effort. So thank you so much, the Uganda Premier League clubs, and also the entire. I also want to thank Star Times, the sponsors of the Uganda Premier League, because you move with us throughout the season. At the end of the day, people are going to see the players in the national team, but these are the players who are playing with us. So Star Times, the official broadcasters, the official title sponsors of the Uganda Premier League, we want to take this opportunity on behalf of FUFA, on behalf of football, to as well thank you. And also the coaches, the different coaches, the different referees, wherever you are, your contribution, but particularly the technical team of the Uganda Cranes, Coach Put and the staff. Please, you're doing a good job. We believe that when we support you, you'll deliver us to where you want to go. You could see that there's a lot of contribution from the coaching on the way we are playing now, on the way we are doing things. So Coach Put and team, we only thank you, and the entire coaching industry in Uganda for the different contribution you're making. Now the gallant players, because it is the players. We cannot thank you enough. I want to tell Ugandans that we have a group of very, very disciplined players, very organized. They really working very hard and they want to succeed. I can see the hunger in the dressing room. I can see the hunger in the meetings when we are talking. These players want to succeed. We shall not let you down. Captain Khalid Aucho and the entire group of players, please, as on behalf of FUFA, on behalf of football, we want to thank you for the job you're doing for your country. And like I always tell you, is that the social capital you make while playing football is what you live on when you retire. We will try very much to make sure that we facilitate, motivate, and provide whatever it takes. I also want to take this opportunity to thank the management of Mandela National Stadium that keep the facility, that provide the facility to find it the way we find it. If you look at it, it's a very improved facility in terms of the dressing rooms, in terms of the big screen, in terms of the pitch itself. So we want to thank the chairman board, but also the managing director at Mandela National Stadium, that we have a facility that now we are proud of, that the neighbors are now using to be hosting their games. It's a duty for us to make sure that we keep it in a good shape. We keep it as home. We don't let it go down like it had gone. And I'm sure with the support of everybody, this should be achieved. So the entire management and the staff at Mandela National Stadium, we are proud of what you're doing, and we are happy that you provide us with a home. A few things that need to make the facility better, we can only work together to ensure that we have a complete finishing of the stadium ready for CHAN and ready for AFCON 2027. And I want to conclude with the way forward. This is a marathon. We have taken a few miles. I think it's a long journey that we need to keep steady. We have the next assignment against South Sudan at home and back to back again in Juba. These are not easy matches at all. They are no longer small opponents on the continent. It is even more difficult with South Sudan because some of the players are actually playing in our league. We understand each other. It's more of a derby kind of form, and derbies do not understand who is better than the other. So we, as the federation, we are going to take this match very, very seriously, or these two matches very, very seriously, to ensure that we put up our best team and to ensure that our team puts up the best performance. Because it's not yet done until it's done. We will go out and fight, we will go out and prepare, we will go out. But we must remember that this is a team in transition. We've been talking about transition, and people seem not say transition. Transition continues. It's going to take a bit of time. It's going to be a bit frustrating. But what is important that now we can start to see the new era of the Uganda Cranes, the one after Dennis, the one after Massa, the new Uganda Cranes, trying to take stability. That now there's a new group of players that are trying to take the responsibility. So the only thing we can do is to appreciate that these are players in development. When I look at the team that played in South Africa, there was only one player who had more than 10 caps. The rest of the players did not have even 5 caps, did not even have 10 caps. And we are talking about a team to be experienced, to be doing what we wanted to do. Players should be in an average of 30 to 40 caps. So for me, this is a young team, a new team. We only need to support them. And I want to assure Ugandans that this process of transition, you'll see very many younger players coming through. You'll see very many players from the diaspora coming through. You'll see very many Ugandans. And the national team is an open card. The only license you need for a national team is your passport. So for the players who are not yet part of the national team, or who have been part of the national team and are not yet, and are right now not part of it, it's your duty to work very hard. The national team is invited on merit. It's done by the coach. He decides on who to include. Our role as a federation is to facilitate, to ensure that these players come. Let us support the Uganda Cranes members. We can have our issues, we can have whatever we want, but the Uganda Cranes is for us all. It's our pride, and I believe that this time round, with all the support, we will be in Morocco come 2025.